What's up, John? I appreciate you joining me today. So your video testimonial is going to be a little bit different because for you, it was really a mindset kind of thing. You were going through some depression, some suicidal tendencies, as you explained to me, and the NLP and the self-development part of the program is really what attracted you. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was in a really negative headspace. Almost every single day at work, just thoughts running through my mind. I was planning everything out, um, and then just one day, randomly came across your Spotify. It just ended up in my algorithm, and at first I heard the intro. I'm not gonna lie, I was really close to skipping it, and then we started talking, and it just brought me in. And I listened to, I can't remember what the first podcast was that I heard, but it just gave me like a sense of hope. I was like, oh, if I like, there is hope for me to find a good relationship, and there is hope for me to find a good woman out there. And I remember you saying certain things that I was doing, and I never knew that that was wrong. So all those relationships that were failing for me, it was like a light bulb clicked in my head. I'm like, damn, I was doing all that stuff, and that I finally had a reason to why they weren't working, not just like I'm not good enough for them.
Yeah.
And so that gave me a sense of hope. And I kept listening to your podcast, and I heard your fear podcast, and that was the one where like I think that he can help me get over depression and stuff because I've tried medication, I've
Yeah.
done a bunch of other things, and they just didn't work. And like that was a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, brother. I appreciate you having faith in me and committing to the program. So Um, obviously, I want your honest truth. You don't have to embellish anything. What was your experience as far as the mental stuff? We know you got tons of success with girls. We know that you're killing it in that aspect. But with you specifically, it was a, when you said you planned it, that he's talking about suicide, he's talking about depression. So what was there a big shift? What was your honest no holds barred just experience with the NLP and the mind state stuff in this program?
Yeah, the first session, that was the timeline therapy.
Hmm.
That was like just going back to all those moments that I was carrying, and like some I didn't even realize I was carrying until I went through that. And that was like the biggest one. So it was like the first week, all of a sudden I was like, man, none of this is my fault. None of it's none of it's embedded in me. Like I can get it out of me. And that was the biggest week for me because after that, my confidence just skyrocketed. I felt like there was a million pounds lifted off my shoulders. And I noticed while I was at work, because it's really boring at work, so my thoughts weren't negative. I'm not enough. I'll never be enough for anybody. That like all those thoughts just randomly disappeared. Well, it wasn't random. It was systematically disappeared. But yeah, it
Yeah,
was a huge shift for me.
because we buy into bullshit that isn't true, right? So the whole time you're just like hitting print on a printer, getting the same results of like, I'm not enough, I'm a piece of shit, I want to end this stuff. You realize those are just illusions. I always say belief systems are BS, which is belief system, but it's also bullshit. And it's easily removed with those NLP protocols. So I just remember you in the calls, it seemed like your spirit lightened, you seemed like you were lifted. And then obviously the girls happen as a result to that. Are you doing okay now? Where are you at? I know you literally just graduated the program last week. Where are you feeling now compared to where you were then and where you were when you graduated, which is 3 months? And you don't have to bullshit, don't blow smoke up anybody's ass, be completely honest. How much better are you?
I feel a lot better. Like I said, the negative thoughts just aren't there anymore, and I can't even. And it's like when other people say negative things about themselves, is
Yeah.
I immediately eject it and be like, "That's such bullshit. Like, don't believe that." So I'm spreading that to other people as well. Like my mom, like she'll be talking about all this stuff that she has to stress about, and I'll just remind her that it's out of her control. And a lot of the things that we stress about are completely out of our control, and stressing about it doesn't help the issue at all. You just
Yep.
got to take action and deal with it or let it pass. But
Did you do every single protocol in the 12 weeks? So
mhm,
I obviously prescribe roughly about 3 to 5 protocols per week over 12 weeks. Did you do all of them?
Yeah, there's some that didn't lock me in though.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a few weeks where I would either fall asleep during them, but
Yeah.
they didn't totally grab me.
Yeah. And that's how it is, you know. Some you're going to resonate with, like you resonate with timeline and trauma and I think reverse spin, but other ones you may not completely resonate, which is fine, right? That's why we do 12 weeks worth. But the real benchmark is whether or not you got the progress. And we know that you were pulling girls, and every week you'd just be like, dude, it's like a flood of chicks. That's fine. You know, that's obvious. Most all my guys get that result. But I really like that you were able to overcome suicidal thoughts, bro, because that's really serious. So, what I want to tell you too, brother, is what you just said is one of the best ways to continue on your path of healing is to help other people because you understand now how thoughts work. You understand now how it really is inside our heads. And when you can help others, you're actually healing yourself. Because I know in 3 months, like not all problems are going to be solved. You're going to make huge strides, but your job is to continue doing the work. You have the NLP protocol for life. You can prescribe yourself the different protocols now that you know how to use them and what they're for, and then also helping other people. So, John, I super appreciate you trusting in me, trusting in the program. It's up to you now to continue doing the work because the work never stops. Even for me, I'm still working on myself. I'm still doing NLP. And that's why that tool set is yours for life. So thank you again, brother. I super appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, I wish you the absolute best. Hopefully someday I can come out to Colorado and chop it up sometime.
You're always invited, brother. And when I come to Tennessee, man, get ready because we're going to party it up. So thanks again, John.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.